You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on. We are so grateful that you're here. I want to start by highlighting, we've had a lot of, just before we dive in, we have a full agenda today of lots of important things to connect about for the team. But I wanted to start by recognizing we have some amazing new leaders who have promoted, as well as many people who have earned the trip. So I wanted to highlight some of you. Those of you guys that have earned the trip, I don't get notified, so I don't have a way to see that. But can you guys put in the chat, those of you guys that are on, if you've already earned the trip? Welcome, Tammy, Tiffany, Annette, Chelsea, Rochelle, Amy. I know, I'm sure we'll have more people. Tammy has earned it. Tiffany has earned it. Oh my goodness. Absolutely incredible. So excited for you. I know Laura has earned it. She's not on right now. Ashley Dunn has earned it. And we have many leaders who are not on this call right now that have earned it as well. So just wanted to do a shout out. So excited. Tammy, welcome.
Do you know something that we don't? Do you know something that we don't? That about how they're calculating that? Because I thought if you earned 150 points, you weren't necessarily guaranteed, is what it says.
Oh, we're just planning on it. I mean, based on, I did talk to them about this, and they said just based on earning numbers in the past, like there's always enough spots. So we're just planning on that. So
awesome. Based
on our conversation with them about it. So yeah, hopefully that will end up being the case. So, okay, Tammy, are you to where you could unmute and just say hello for a minute? I'd love to give you new leaders this chance to say hello and introduce yourself, because we'd love to get to know you a little bit better. Okay, you're muted though. You got to unmute first.
There you go. Good morning.
Okay, could you just tell us where you're from and 2 things about yourself?
Yep, I live in Harriman, Utah, and I have 4 kiddos, and I feel like I've been uniquely prepared for this moment. I have a nursing degree, and I love leadership, and I came from the Mary Kay world, so I have tons and tons of training, and so I truly feel like God has just kind of orchestrated all of this for this moment for me. So we're running for silver.
I love it.
This month to have Rochelle hit platinum.
Oh,
we're getting her to founders.
Goodness. So exciting. We're so excited for you. We'll be praying for you and cheering for you and rooting you on. Thanks for sharing, Tammy. Awesome. Okay, Tiffany Bragg, are you to where you could take a minute and share with us? Are you to where you can unmute, Tiffany? Look here at your. Okay, I'll just introduce Tiffany really briefly then, if you can't, Tiffany, unmute. Anyway, Tiffany is an incredible leader. Oh, there we go. Tiffany,
sorry, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to put my camera on, and the dogs are here.
Okay, well, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Tiffany, I'm excited. I'm from. Sorry, let me let them out. This is crazy. I'm talking.
I know when your dog is so
that in my house always Amy, but yeah, I'm Tiffany. I'm excited to be here. I'm from the Norwex world with Amy, and we've had a great couple months. I started in the end of May, so yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm in the Silver Club now and excited for that, and hoping to bring on another partner next month. So yay.
So excited for you. She's a new silver on our team. She was super successful previously, and we're so honored to get to have her here. So, and one fun thing about you, like, I know you have 2 boys.
Twin boys, love being outside, biking, walking. My mom, going to Florida, my husband, all the things. So yeah, just so love fun. Happy to be here.
I love it. Well, thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah, right. That's something different. I can say.
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear you. Cut out.
Plant mama. I love my plants.
Oh, oh my
Plant.
goodness. You are a master gardener, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So super amazing. Yeah. So cool. Well, thanks for sharing and introducing yourself. We're really excited to have you joining us. So, okay. Well, we have quite a lot to talk about today and wanted to just dial in about our continuing ed to start off with. So Annette and her team, thank you for all you guys have done with the continuing ed classes. I'm going to pull up the agenda so I can look at that as I am talking. So we have the wellness classes, and Annette's team did the second quarter. Heather's team is coming up on quarter 3, and then Ashley's team is quarter 4. So just to give you guys a heads up, Amy, you might be, I guess Amy and Rochelle, you guys are representing, and Tammy today. Heather did text me she would not be getting on. And I don't know, I guess I'll see. Have you guys talked about that yet, Amy? Who's doing what? Okay. Maybe we should, let's see, that's starting next month. In July is your guys' turn with the third quarter.
So I think that's maybe something we'll have to do now, or, like, I don't know if, I'm having a meeting tomorrow with Heather's partners. We could talk about that. Are there already topics picked out?
We did pick out topics, at the beginning of the year.
I'll add those in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Rich.
Okay,
So yeah.
then I'll talk to them about that tomorrow and we'll
Okay,
get on it.
perfect. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys could just divvy that up and then try, if you can, please, at least 2 weeks minimum before, just to have the topic and something posted so people can have it on our radar. But if you could just send me once you have it scheduled out for the next quarter, so we can get that on the calendar as well, and everybody's in the loop with what's going on. So, okay. Thank you guys for being willing to support with that. It's really added a lot. And I did want to apologize for last night. We have now changed the Zoom settings. We've never had, I don't think we've had an issue before that was that big of a problem with getting on. But when it was a new server, somebody logging in and hosting who had it before, anyway, we had an issue. So we fixed it now to where anybody can join the Zoom, and they don't have to go into the waiting room, and
I'm
anybody
still
can share
working on
screen.
that.
Oh, we're working on that. Okay, sorry. I thought you said that we had gotten that figured out.
Yes, Zoom changed their rules a while ago. So you either need to have a code or a waiting room. There needs to be a.
Okay, will you reach out to
something
Sharon?
So
Will you
I'm
reach out
working
to
on it.
Sharon, Rich? Because they're somehow able to do that without having a code or a waiting room. So that would fix the problem. That way, if somebody's having trouble logging in that is taking a turn, that would fix it. So we'll keep working on that then. Hopefully Sharon knows how to do it, Rich, since that's how they have the Goddard's one set up. So, okay.
Glad to know that, because I tried to get on and I couldn't get on last night. So glad to know I wondered what was going on.
Yeah, so sorry. It did start eventually, but there were issues with it getting going. And I was at a family reunion, and so I was not on.
No big deal.
Anyway, but thank you to those that were patient last night and waited it out, and those that didn't understand, don't feel bad at all. But we are working on trying to get that fixed so we don't have that issue again in the future, or at least maybe if we don't get it fixed, I'll just need to always plan on setting an alarm to make sure the person gets in. We do like to tell you when it's your turn, just log in the day before. That way we can approve, we can get it all figured out then, rather than realizing at the last minute that it's not working. That would be the ideal scenario. So just when it's your turn, if you could coordinate with us about that and just make sure the day before that you're all set to log on and be on, and we can, approve your server or whatever it is we have to do on our end with the Zoom room. So, okay. Anything else with that? Oh, Jenica's asking a question. What is the schedule for the wellness classes quarter? Oh, so the schedule is, is it Thursday? Is that right?
Wednesdays
So-
for this next.
Oh, it is
section.
Wednesday.
Yeah, third quarter is
Oh, yeah, 'cause we had on
Wednesday,
Tuesday. Yeah.
fourth quarter, Thursday.
Okay. So yeah, the second Wednesday is when the monthly continuing education class will be happening. So make sure you have that on your calendar. You're, letting your customers know your monthly text about that. Rich just put the topics in the chat. So make sure you have those get those in your own calendar as well. And Rich, can you tell us about the calendar that you did for the team?
Yeah, I did a calendar for the team.
Well, can you just tell us where they can find that and the
I
details
know, I'm
about
just
it?
kidding. Yeah, I sent out a text a while ago. But I'll put the link to the calendar in the group as well. And we've just put together, you know, all the events that we're doing as a team into a team calendar. So you can kind of have that and know what's coming up.
Why
Thank
don't you
you.
put the link in the description of the group? So it's there, it's not in a post. But one, like in the group description, so that we can always find it.
You can feature it each month and change it each month. And then it'll be at the top. So once you post it, you just pin it or pin it to feature.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
have
but
the
when
link in
you,
both.
but when you add more features, it just moves it. So it's not always the first thing you see anyway.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And
Like if
depending on
you
how
add
you're
other
logging in.
features, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Okay, well, we could do both, but yeah, I like the idea of having it, that link right there as well in the description so that you can have a quick, easy way to access it if your phone isn't showing it easily or whatever. Okay, that's great. And so we're working on making sure we don't have that problem again. Thank you for your patience, everyone. And yeah, just know when it's your turn, you're the one hosting, just please try to log on the day before, and then we'll make sure you're all set to be in the room easily. So Laura says featured seems good because not everyone prefers the description. Okay, thanks for your feedback there. We want to do what's going to reach you guys the easiest and make it the easiest to find. So the description will be easy because it's just like a set thing there. And you guys know if you have a Google Calendar, you can save it to your own Google Calendar. So it will automatically put stuff on your calendar once you've saved that calendar. So welcome, Jillian. Okay, and Laura, we're so glad you guys are here. Okay, so anything else with the continuing education classes, any feedback from you guys or anything we want to talk about there that if you guys have feedback or insights or anything on before we move on from that? And just to clarify, so you're responsible for doing a post about it and putting that on the Lead to Freedom, the customer, the essential oil enthusiasts, the wellness community there. So please make sure you're doing that at least 2 weeks before so that it's getting out there as well. And then everybody, that image is really nice to use and share with customers who would like. So yeah, try to give it that much notice. Does anybody feel like we need it further or is 2 weeks enough? We'd love to hear in the chat or feel free to unmute. Everybody good with 2 weeks? But just make sure you have that in your calendar so it's on your radar if you're the one that's taking a turn heading that up. And then if you guys need any, let me look at the topics one more time here. If we need any more, we still do have the anesthesiologist that said he'd be happy to speak, who's highly trained in all the oils. Let's see, we've got up level your travel, back to school, sympathy of the cells, power protocols. Fun. Okay. Trying to think if there's any of those topics there that would apply with having some kind of an expert in. October, boosting your immune system, maybe that one. And then November, affordable, fun, functional gifts and essential oils. December, boost your metabolism for optimal holiday health. Okay. Any other suggestions or thoughts there? Tiffany, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Me?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. You're good. Okay. You're totally fine. Perfect. That's great. Okay, so I think we're all set there then with continuing ed. Let's go on to the next. Oh, that's funny. I had it pulled up and it just went away now. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so we've got, let's see. Are you guys getting the recording? That's been accessible for everybody. We've been doing that on the customer page. Let's see here. I think that's everything. So, okay. Next is the MetaPower study. This is starting tonight. And the study will be in the Telegram group. Heather and Annette are leading that one, the orientation. And the closing call is next Thursday. Rochelle will be leading that. And then it will be in Telegram Monday through Wednesday. So with it being Wednesday today, if you have people that don't live super far, there's still time to get them in the study. Let me share a little bit of context for those of you guys that are new, just briefly. This is for people who maybe they're not a kind of person who's coming to the class or is willing. This is a great person to invite to the study because they may be willing to have an experience and try the product. And then you are responsible to give them a sample of the products for 3 days, the MetaPower system. And then we have a before survey. We put them in the group starting tonight on the welcome of the study. And then we're working on having at least a couple leading up posts, or, the nice thing about Telegram is there's not extra noise. It's easy for people to search. We can post like videos within that super easily. And it's just been a great platform. So, anyway, so that's a little bit of an update there. Rich was asking, how do we access the recordings? Let me come back here. To post on the customer page when it's our turn. Oh, this is Jenica asking, I think. How do we access the recordings to post on the customer page when it's our turns? I don't quite understand your question, Jenica.
I just recorded it to my computer last night instead of recording it to the cloud, and then uploaded it into YouTube and shared and then I had the YouTube link. If that's what you're asking, if you're recording it to her cloud, I think she was asking if she records it to the cloud, how does she get access to it to then post it? But when you record, just record it to your computer, and then you can upload it and have control over it right there, and you don't have to worry about getting access.
If you want our help uploading the video, make sure you record to the cloud, because then I can move it from there, because it comes to our team email, and then I can take care of it on that end. So depends on if you want to do it by yourself, or if you want help, but either way is fine.
Okay, good to know. Is there any benefit that anyone's aware of by having it from the same YouTube channel as the other ones, or probably doesn't make a difference because they're not public anyway? They're with the link. So yeah, I think whatever you're comfortable with, whatever's easiest. If you want us to upload it and share it, then Rich, do we know that, are we always watching for that to come through, or do they need to like notify us?
No, I keep on top of that.
Okay.
But don't we have to communicate what challenge or whatever? So there is some communication and coordination that has to happen. It's not just a matter of uploading the video. If you're wanting us to do as far as I understand, you still wanted us to do giveaways and challenges, right?
Yeah.
With the recording. So there's some coordination that has to happen if you're having help.
Yep. Thank you for bringing that out, Annette. Very good point. Yeah, because we just feel like it helps with engagement and keeps customers excited to be continuing to, hop on. So when it's your turn, think of some challenge at the end. It's usually just something like, when we post the video, post something that you learned, or you can decide what it is, but something simple, that people can do from it. So, okay. Anything else with the continuing education before we move on? Or wellness classes, same thing. Okay, so the MetaPower study, any other questions on that? Everybody clear? Look at the calendar for future ones coming up. I know that's been a great way for a lot of people to enroll. Again, whatever fits your strengths and where you want to put your time. It is more of an expense than other ways, but can be a great tool. So any questions with the MetaPower study starting tonight with the opening? Very good. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about, just to let you guys know, we have the LLV and MetaPower deep dive class, and we're just going to do that once a month, we decided, and we're going to do that on the 4th Wednesday. And that's a class that I'm teaching. And if you haven't seen it, it's just a really
I think it's the third Wednesday you said before.
Oh, is it the third?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, because we switched it. I had it wrong in my brain. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Yes, it is the third Wednesday. Yep. I was thinking, do we do it the second and fourth? And then we decided to keep the fourth, but no, it was just we did a different week when the first month we did it. And that's why my brain keeps getting it wrong. So the third Wednesday, thank you, Rich. And we're doing that at Rich. We have it down for 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central, or is it 6:30? He's double checking on that. Sorry, guys, I didn't have that one pulled up. But that will be a great thing, especially with new customers. Please take advantage of that and get your customers onto that class or send the recording to them. We did have a lot of people watch the recording. It's been a really great, highly watched class, even after it was recorded. So please utilize that.
MetaPower?
It's for lifelong vitality and MetaPower in one. It's a full hour class that really goes in depth into both of those products. So the idea is those are our top 2 selling products. Those are our highest retention products. We want, the more people know and the more that they understand, the more likely they are to continue on that product because they understand the benefit and the value that provides them. And so that class has a deep dive into both of those product lines.
But it's for people that already have the product. So it's not like introducing them to it. It's actually for current customers.
I mean, if you wanted to use it as that and then do your own follow-up after, you could. But it is geared towards people that, I mean, it's a deep dive. So people that already have those products, we're not talking about why doTERRA. We're not going over anything like that in that class. It's just solely product-based.
Is that the 21st then?
Rich, do you have a calendar handy? I could pull it up and look.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Let's see here.
I just want to make sure I'm on the right page.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pulling out my calendar right now just to make sure. Yes, 21st, LOV and MetaPower deep dive. And we'd love to hear from you. I see it as, we're double checking on the time if you don't mind.
6 p.m.
Rich.
Mountain Standard.
Yeah.
7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, we were trying to do it so it was in a good time zone for everybody. And we don't have a lot of California Pacific time yet. So do you guys, I would like to hear from you on this specifically with the deep dive class. Would it serve to have a daytime option that same day? That way when you're inviting customers, if they have something that evening, they could attend the daytime. I want to do what's going to provide the most value for everyone and whatever would serve. I would love to hear in the chat if that you think would make a difference for your customer base. Yes to a deep dive option in the morning, in addition to the evening one. We were thinking that the point of having it on one day, we were thinking would be that it would just be easier to not always to have 2 times that you're reaching out to people, right? Just to keep it simple. Yeah, it would be like lunch hours, what I was thinking, maybe like 11 Utah time. Yes, yes, yes. Any other votes? Looks like most people are feeling like that would really serve. Okay, so would 11 Mountain Time be a good time? 12 Central, 1. Laura, I know you guys do you guys have a meeting that day? Is that gonna be at a bad time for what you guys already have as like a default thing? We're good. You do have people. Okay. Okay, is everybody good on 11 time? Please let me know in the chat. 11 Mountain, if you feel like a different time would be better and serve you better. Rich, will you help put that on the calendar? And we will do both. Okay, all your team stuff is Mondays. Perfect.
I say like usually 10:30ish because I feel like lunchtime, I don't know, with kids home in the summer, I feel like as it gets into noon, that's when they're getting hungry and like starting to kind of congregate again. So I always do like 10 or 10:30 just because I feel like it's kind of in between breakfast and lunch. Anyways, just my thought.
Okay, and then the working people could attend the evening. That's a good point. Any other votes if you guys would prefer like 10 or 10:30 Mountain? Oops, sorry.
I like 11.
Aaron would prefer noon. I think it depends on who we're targeting, whether it's mamas with young kiddos or people that are working.
I would think the moms would do the evening when they're, maybe they have help, and people who work, who have short amount of time at home want to spend time with family at night. You know what I mean? So I think it's actually the opposite target than what Jillian said. In my opinion, I would think that people working would try and jump on during the day and during their lunch and want to be with their families at night. While moms might need a break at night and would come to the class then.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just thinking more as a mom, but yeah, that makes sense.
Tiffany says morning as well. Anyone else have a thought on that? We would love to hear because we do have a lot of different thoughts here. Lunchtime can be flexible when you're home with kids. That's true. Yeah, if they know it's coming up, they could say, hey, I've got this thing at noon. Let's have lunch at 11:30 or whatever. That's a good point, Ashley. Okay, so should we keep it then 11? Does that feel good? And then just, you have customers that fit that, you know, mamas with young kids, just, hey, say, hey, hopefully you can work lunchtime in before this or in a way time that fits. Everybody good with 11 then?
And
That's
did
fair.
you say that's the same day as the other one? So the third Wednesday?
Yes, yeah, we're gonna do it on the same day. So that way when you're reaching out to customers, you're doing the reminder, it's all just one time that you have to worry
All
about
right,
it.
I'll
Thank you.
update the calendar for that.
Thank you. Okay.
Is the
Awesome.
evening one 7 then?
It's 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Would 6:30 be more doable? Do you guys feel like here in Mountain Time?
I prefer 6:32, just gives a little bit after dinner, but
Yeah, I do too.
6 is like right during.
When
Mhm.
most of our, I mean, not most of our customers, I know you've got quite a bit of your team still in other places, but most of my customers, that like is right in the middle of
Yeah,
the work time.
makes it really late for us on the East Coast. Like that makes it 9:30.
Well, if we did it 6:30, then it would be 8:30 for you guys.
Oh, that would be great. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's shift it so it can be a little more in the happy medium for everybody. So 6:30. Laura, could you put that in the chat with everybody to make sure they get that? Yeah, okay. That gives specific, yeah. Okay, I think that I agree. Thanks, Laura. I know I just told Lindsay 6 Mountain, I'm pretty sure. So I want to make sure she gets updated with that as soon as possible. Okay, so that's great. Anybody who watched that class, anything else we can do on that class to serve or add value, or any thoughts on that class from you guys who did watch the last one? Thank you, Laura.
Is there a recording we can see? This is the first time I've heard of this class.
Oh yeah. Rich, could you please share the recording of that? I can do it. I can grab it really easily. Sorry.
I would just say, did it stay to an hour, Aim?
It was an hour, yes.
Oh, good. Okay. I just like, that is like so important. If we're telling them an hour, like we've got to stay to what we're saying on time.
Yeah, we ended on time, but then people shared and had questions, so we went longer than that. But the class was over in about an hour. So yeah. Rich, are you grabbing that or do you want me to grab it? Are you okay?
Yeah, if you can get to it,
Okay.
that'd be great.
I'll
I've got a
just
few
grab
things
that
I'm
from my
doing
YouTube
here.
app here super quick. Okay, any other thoughts on that class, you guys? I wasn't doing a giveaway on it. Would that help you? Do you feel like that's something I should add to it monthly? I'm happy to do it if you feel like it helps you get people there. I'd love to hear in the chat, anybody have an opinion on whether or not we do a giveaway at the end?
I don't think it's needed, but I don't think it's the draw for people to come is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it fun, but I don't think it's necessary. It's not going to increase I don't think it's going to increase the turnout.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts on that? I'd love to hear from anybody else.
I don't think
Put
it.
Okay. I almost have the link. Grabbing it right now. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It ended up going. I think we might have gone 5 minutes over. It was pretty close to an hour, but then there was quite a lot of extra stuff at the end. Okay, copy link. All right, popping that in the chat right now. And coming back here. Okay. Any other thoughts with that class of strategic things to make it more effective, impactful for your people?
Did you hit send on the link? It didn't come through.
Oh, I just copied it and pasted it right now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I just took my head to change it and make sure it went to everybody. Okay, awesome. It was really well attended and I got great feedback from everybody that was on. So, but if you watch a recording and you have any feedback of how I can improve it or what would be more helpful, please let me know. I really appreciate and value that. So please let me know that. So, okay. Let's see here. That's everything with the MetaPower Deep Dive class. Experience doTERRA, just so it's on everybody's radar, please make sure you've got the dates for that, and utilize that with your team, your leaders. And we have that scheduled through the summer. So just a reminder to make sure that's on your radar and that's on your people's radar. Those of you that are local, please feel free to just come as an extra. We have plenty of space. So you do need to register because the catering has gone up. Just to remind you, the code did change. It is now VIP. And unfortunately, it is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $15 or $14 per day, but that really is just to cover the catering. But please remember to use that promo code and leverage that in your business. It's been really impactful. We've gotten great feedback from those that have come recently. So just as a reminder, keep that on your radar and make sure you've got the dates for that.
Those dates are in the calendar as well. And
Awesome.
Amy, you may want to bring up the rank retreat as well.
Yes, thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, before I talk about that though, I did just want to let you guys know, there also is the website. If you haven't gone to that, it's just sharesuccess.com/experience-doTERRA. If you weren't familiar with that, that's actually the Experience doTERRA website, and you can put all the dates and make sure you register there. So I know some people were just using Eventbrite previously. So, okay. And then it's the rank retreat. Rich, will you talk about which one it is? Is it gold? I think maybe you texted me and let me look back. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's not on there. Experience doTERRA. Do you know what the rank retreat is, Rich? Which rank it is?
I can check real quick here.
Does anybody know?
It's gold.
It is
I
gold.
think
Okay,
it's
that's what
the
I thought.
gold one.
Okay. And just so you guys know, it's not a retreat, but it's a great training. So don't be expecting like a retreat like we do with our team. Annette, will you actually share just briefly about that? Because I know you just went to the diamond one, and just a little bit about the value it was for you.
I think it's always valuable to get in a group of people that are dealing with the same things you are, because it's different than talking to your team, and brainstorming with the people you mentor or things like that about their business. It's actually learning from people who've already been where you're aiming to go and hearing their input. And it was interesting to hear the things they thought were most important to focus your time on. It's like you don't know what you don't know. And so I think it was really valuable just for that aspect. And then hearing from other people that had either gone through it or were aiming for the same, goal. I just thought it was really helpful.
So what is the rank requirement to go? Do you have to be silver? Do you have to be?
I don't know that they're super strict about it, but you want to just be going to the one that's like your next step, So if you are already gold, you could probably still go to the gold one if you wanted to. It costs like $80, I think, is what you charged us.
What's the code? Is it GROW? What's the code for that one, Annette? Do you remember?
I think it is GROW. If you, I think it is.
Okay, there's a code for when you register for the rank retreat as well. Try VIP.
It should make it like $80, I think, is what I paid for mine. So,
and it includes your meals, right? From Thursday.
It does not include lodging or anything like that. It's just, it's basically 2 or 3 meals. And you do go to the Experience doTERRA on the Friday. So if you are not, a lot of people from the retreat didn't actually go to the Experience doTERRA. They just went to the morning and then came back on Saturday to finish the retreat. So if you're wondering about time frames and stuff like that, recognize that Friday afternoon is strictly Experience doTERRA. So it's really just 2 mornings of the retreat. And
I would say if you go with a friend or fellow teammates, you can plan something fun then.
Yeah.
So
or you can go to Experience doTERRA. That's always good. If you haven't been to one in a while, it'd be good to go to it. But
totally.
Yeah.
But if you go regularly, you probably don't need to go again. So okay, awesome. So okay, and Rich, thanks for your help there with navigating the team calendar. That's helpful. And we will have that, we'll put it in the description on the builder page, and then we'll also do a highlight or feature it on there as well. So
yeah, I've already featured it and I'll just add it into the description here. So
Okay, thank you. Awesome. So great. Okay, so that's it for the rank retreats. Definitely worth it. Any other questions with that before we move on? Sure everybody's clear. Okay, so lastly, we're gonna talk, there might be two more things. I could be lying. Okay, we're gonna talk about convention. So exciting. Oh yeah, well then we just have any brainstorming. So okay. Okay, so just so you guys know, for convention, everybody's doing their own thing for housing. I know we have a lot of teams that are getting hotels, some teams are getting houses. We're just so big. But we will be doing a team lunch. The Goddards are helping sponsor that. And I think we're gonna do the same again where it's $10 and then it might be actually 15 and then they're covering 10 of it. Just to help that feel more reasonable for everybody. Cafe Melise, it'll be Thursday, the 14th of September that we will be having that team lunch. So plan on that. Cafe Melise is Italian. It's lovely, delicious. The lunch is really nice, salad, rolls, some main courses and dessert. So that'll be really fun. I would love to have everybody wear white again. I love that tradition. I just want to make sure it's something everybody wants to do. So I'd love to hear your opinion in the chat. I just feel like it's just such an easy, like, unifying thing that really stands out and people notice, which is fun. But does anybody have any strong opinions or thoughts on that with everybody wearing white? Everybody's still good? Thanks, Annette thinks it was fun. Yes, everyone wears white one day, and I would like to do it on Thursday and our team day when we're all together for our lunch as well. But I'm open to changing the day if you guys feel like a different day would be better with what's going on. But I think Thursday would be a great day. And it's nice because it's easy to recognize our team. It's easy to find people. You can kind of see the clumps of white. So anybody else have any other thoughts? Everybody good with that? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Yeah, I love it when we sit together. It's hard because last year they would not let us save seats. It's so annoying. And especially in the big giant stadium, it's like, seriously, come on, guys. So we can try, but who knows how Nazi they will be this year on whether or not they let us do that. Getting there early. I know a lot of people are getting it on Wednesday, and there are, just so you guys know, just so you're in the loop and you can make sure you're sharing with your teams. On Wednesday, there is a Symphony of the Cells training, which if you have not been to Symphony of the Cells, I think it is you want to tell me is like $150, $120? Do you remember, Annette, how much Symphony of the Cells was?
I think it was over 200 last time I registered.
Okay, close to 200. It's a 7-hour training with Boyd Truman. You haven't been to it yet? Anybody that I've heard who's been to it has said it was absolutely worth it. He shares so many stories and you learn so much deep dive stuff. Anybody who's been to it, okay, Tegan loved it. Has anybody on this call been to it? I still never been.
I've been to it. It was awesome.
Okay. Would you say worth it?
Definitely. I would go again. I don't know if I'm going to this time, but I'm thinking about it. So I would definitely go again.
I would go again too. Well worth it.
Wow. Okay. So save up your money. That's awesome. I love it. So that's going on that Wednesday. They sell out quite often. So you'll want to register for that right now or have your leaders register if you guys want to go to that. Natalie is doing an emotional breakthrough training again, the essential emotion certification training that will also be happening. And then I know lots of people are planning on coming in during the day that day, and there'll probably be just people hanging out and having fun together too, since there's not as much of that. Just to warn you, you guys that are new to convention, they tend to go long on all of the sessions. So it's a full few days, but it's a blast. So has anybody have they released, I haven't looked, you guys, and I'm sorry, what the theme is for the street party? We don't normally go. So, just so you guys know too, the Goddards on Friday, they'll still be doing the team party that evening, the dinner in the gym. at their house. So just plan on that as well. That's usually when doTERRA does their street party. So we usually miss it because we're usually at the Goddard's big team dinner. Do we have to pick between Natalie's emotional training? Yes, you do. You cannot go to both. They happen at the same time. And
a lot of
normally-
time Natalie records hers, and you can, like last time at leadership, you could buy a recording of it if you couldn't be there in person.
Yeah, and in that you've been to that. I didn't get to all of it, but it was really good.
You
The
know,
part that I was there for.
I've never gone to it.
Oh, okay. Who's been to
I
it?
bought
Who
the
went last year?
recording. I bought the recording at leadership, but I haven't gotten around to watching it, unfortunately.
That's the danger. That's the danger.
Yes.
I've been to
And-
it.
What would you say, Amy? Your
Yeah,
professional opinion.
I think it's really good. It was 2 years. It was my very first convention that I went to it. They had a chance to earn it or something. So it was awesome. If I had to pick between the two, the Symphony of the Cells would win.
But it was still really awesome.
I
Oh,
feel
they
like
were
there's
both
more
great.
opportunities to see the emotional training one than the Symphony of Cells one.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like?
Yeah, the Symphony, it depends on what you want to focus on too, right? The emotions training is amazing. It really teaches you how to, walk through the emotion book, right? That's what it's all geared towards. Some people share their stories. The Symphony of the Cells training, he probably does 2 hours on LLV. And
Wow.
it was incredible. His knowledge of it, how he does it, and then why, the Symphony of the Cells protocols. He demonstrates them. A few people get to practice on each other, but he tells you why the oils were chosen. I mean, I don't know. It was like more information. It was a lot, but it was so good. So I guess that's a synopsis between the two. If you want a lot of oil training with LLV, really awesome information, or if you want to get more emotions, side.
Understand.
If you had to choose between the two, those are the difference. I
Okay.
mean, big.
So helpful. Thank you, Amy. Really appreciate that. Normally, Natalie will give our team some kind of a discount code for the emotions one. So it's a little bit more manageable. So watch for that. If something you're wanting to do, I will ask her and see what she can do for our team for that. So
So I think the question earlier there was a question about everybody meeting early enough to be able to sit together so we don't have to save seats. So what time does convention start? Is it 10 o'clock?
let's
No,
talk
it's
about
usually
that.
pretty early. Remember, I think
Or is
it
it
was,
9
I
o'clock?
think it's either 8 or 9. The first day it's early.
At 9. Sometimes we do
Maybe-
a special session earlier, but maybe that's just
Maybe
a
it's the
leadership.
second, was it the second day? Maybe we could do the second day sitting together or something.
Well, let's look at the agenda when we do our August leader meeting and let's solidify that.
We can
So-
worry about that later. I think so.
Thursday is the first day, yes. And then it's the bonus trainings on Wednesday. So. Okay. I think that is great with everything. And then let me come back to my text here. Thank you to Rich for helping with the agenda and getting us clear
You're
on
welcome.
things
With
that are-
that, do you mind
Yeah.
if I interject?
Yeah,
Can
go
we
ahead.
circle back to the MetaPower studies? Because I'm happy to help. I've been doing the Telegram part of it. But we need help with opening and closing and things like that. So thank you to Annette and Heather and Rochelle. Helping with the closing. Preferably having 2 leaders on, I think is helpful to navigate and to, keep engagement and everything. So can we at least get some volunteers for the next study in July? I can give you the dates here in a minute.
Yeah, and is that serving to have a July 1? We're happy to take a break if you guys want. We just want to do what's going to help you guys stay in momentum.
I know some of us are going to be starting a 90-day MetaPower challenge in July. And that's what we're going to be focusing on for a few months too. So I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
this is for everybody, we're just trying to support your amazing growth. So, but right now we have July 5th as the orientation.
I can
And
do that
then-
one. If you'll put me down.
And then the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 10th, 11th, and 12th is the study, and the close that Thursday, the 13th. So we need somebody else to help with orientation with Amy, and then 2 people to help wrap up on the 13th.
Why did we decide those days? Is there a timing? Like, didn't we usually do it the week
You
after?
have,
Like typically we've been doing it the second week, haven't we?
if that
Mhm.
works better, we can move it around.
I
We're not
want
set on
Now,
those
do you guys
days.
prefer that?
communicating and inviting people right before or like over the holiday weekend might be both difficult for
I agree.
us as well as people responding. You know, that's when
Yeah.
So
people
we
camping,
could do the
people-
orientation
Yes.
the following Wednesday on the 12th, and then start 17th, 18th, 19th.
And that's what I think would be better, but
I
What do
agree.
you guys think?
I think it's better too. Anyone else have an opinion with that?
Yeah, so I'll
Jillian?
move that.
Jillian, are you to where you could share for a second and unmute about your experience, just even posting on your own page about the study and what came from that? I'll give Jillian a second and see. If not, I'll tell it.
Hi, sorry.
I'm gonna be driving out.
I couldn't find my Zoom. You guys, I am not ready for the day, so just
You're
here
good.
I
You don't
am
have to go
in
on.
all my glory. But my office is clean today, so that's a win because I was up till like midnight cleaning it last night.
Yay, thanks for
So
sharing.
yeah,
Joy.
I just posted it actually on my stories. And at first I just said like, let me know if you're interested. And then I didn't have anyone let me know if they were interested. And then I just actually posted the link itself just to register. And I had like, Heather's like, you have like 3 people in there. I'm like, what? So I got in there and one of the girls, I did a class with her for my past company, like literally like 9 years ago. We'd like not been in contact. We kind of followed each other on social media, but she requested it anyways, had a really great experience with MetaPower in 3 days. It was like what she was looking for. And so I just felt really inspired. Just kept thinking like, I'm thinking about you. I'd love to share more. She was like, I told my sister-in-law about it. She wants to buy it. So I said, why don't we talk? And I'd love to share with you more about the business. And she's like, okay. And so we did. Anyways, she's my one that launched to Premiere in a weekend. So crazy. Anyways, there you go. That's what happened.
Thanks for sharing,
Just from
Jillian. The power of
posting.
just putting it out there, sharing.
She's my #1 builder right now. So,
Well, and I love that tip that you, you didn't just say the let me know didn't work, but sharing the link so people could take action right then
yeah.
when they saw it, I think is key. Just making
Yeah,
it as
somebody-
easy as you can for people, right?
Yeah. And somebody was asking me, I think it was on Instagram that she saw it. And it was just a post. I just sent the link and yeah, it was on the 3-day study. That's what it was.
Thanks for sharing, Jillian. That's so awesome. So cool. Okay, so I think that's, she posted it on Instagram in you said a story. So anyway, so you can do the same on Facebook, right? Like in
So
the actual story, right, Jillian?
Yeah. So it was
Oh,
just
for
like,
sure.
literally, it was just, I just made a story and I just said, just shared some MetaPower posts and just said, try it free for 3 days. Link here to join, link here to sign up. So that's all I did.
Okay, awesome. So cool. Okay, so I think we're good there. I like changing the dates. Let's do that. Thanks for bringing that out, Annette. I think as much as we can, let's try and keep those, starting around the same week, so there's enough time for people to
if we
invite.
just do the second Wednesday and always have it, we'll just keep it that same pattern, then we always know when
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
Yep. Yep, and we do it at 6 with the continuing at 7, because it will be the same night now. So, just so you know. Okay, I think that's everything with that. I just want to open it up. Is there anything else?
Actually, can I jump in again?
Yeah, go ahead.
We
Rich.
still need helpers for the
Oh, yeah.
next
Yes, thank you.
MetaPower.
Sorry, I forgot.
And then
Those are
in
the-
September, it will be later because of convention. The convention's that second week. And so we've got the
I would say
orientation.
skip it in September. We're always doing launches we're always doing, right after a convention, we always
New
want
product
to
stuff.
introduce new products and stuff like that. I would say skip it in September. Let's not have one, but
What do you guys think? Anyone else have a vote about that? Anybody else care to not have one in September? And just focus on new product launch. I have my hopes, but we'll see what they come up.
what are your hopes?
Oh, for products.
I
I'm
know. What are
hoping
your-
that the LLV that they'll have like a methylated, that it
No,
will be
what does that
methylated and
mean?
what?
What does methylated mean?
There's just lots of people that have the MTHFR gene where they have to take methylated vitamin B. And if ours, Emily Wright told me they were working on it. So that would be really, it would just be more better for like everybody that would need it to absorb it. So
That would be
They
a
were-
huge deal.
yeah, yeah,
Huge.
it'd be really exciting for people that's them. So anyway, so we'll see. I think there's some good nutritional stuff coming. I think along those lines is what I've heard. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know anything really that concrete, but I've heard good stuff in that arena coming. Okay, so who else could help us on that closing? We do it. Okay. Yeah, and you know what, Chelsea, we can totally in August, if we do want to do that the week before, we can look at it. We'll see. We'll not have it on the calendar and not plan it for now, but then when we meet together in August, if you guys are feeling like it would serve, let us know and we can pull it off before. But otherwise, just focus on the new products and leverage that to really dial in with people. Okay, so we have that Thursday for the
In
closing.
August or September?
So the September one, we're not gonna do. And then we could always do it before convention if we feel like it's needed for you guys by then. So. Anybody available on that Thursday to help with the steady close? What date in August? We are planning on doing the orientation, opening that second Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain.
So
Thank you, Rich.
August
Night.
9th is
And then doing
orientation.
the study the following week, the close on the Thursday. Anybody willing to help that is planning on participating in the next study in July? It's available Thursday. Hey, Tammy, can we put you down to help with the close that Thursday? What's the date again, Rich? In July?
So the close would be July 20th.
July 20th, okay. Okay. Anyone else that's planning on doing it? If you're not doing it, don't feel like you need to hop on or help, because we want to honor your time. Okay. Well, I can hop on too and help you, Tammy.
Actually,
I will-
you probably won't be
I'll
able
be
to.
gone by then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be out of town, so it'd be better if I'm not on, if possible. I'll be visiting family probably that I don't get to see very much. Anyone else is planning on doing it? Nobody else? Should we do the July one? Do we have enough people? I
Is
guess we
this,
could see.
maybe we should talk about if it's worth
Chelsea
doing.
is. Yeah, that's what I was just asking. Okay, Chelsea said she is. Oh, and I must have missed your chat. You can help. Great. Okay, Chelsea, if you'll also help with the close then. And if you are doing it, it's great to hop on the orientation as well. And I'd love to have you on, Chelsea. If you've got people in it, it just adds for them to see you and see you sharing. So if you can, plan on being on the orientation as well. And I'd love to have you share. You've had some great experiences. So, okay. And then do we want to plan out the August one right now? Or should we wait? And so you guys have an idea. Maybe we plan that one for now. And then next month we can, hopefully these will get, I don't know. Let me see how we're doing on time. I'm like, okay, maybe we can make an hour. I'm so excited. we don't have as much to talk about today. So, okay, well, let's plan that for July then. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Tammy. Everybody's got those calendar dates.
Yeah,
and go ahead. Okay, sorry, I thought somebody was saying something. Okay, and then lastly, is there anything else how we can support as a big team that any of you need or that we can be aware of or consider or plan to talk about next time? Does anybody have anything else? Oh, girls. I know Tiffany has asked for me going live just on Mondays to talk about things coming up. I'm sorry, Tiffany. I have not pulled it off. I thought, oh, I can do that. That's so easy. And we've gotten into the season of traveling these last several weeks, and I'm like, oh, not getting there.
I challenge you, no matter where you're at, you're doing it, no matter what you look like, to be real with us and get on and say, hey, here's what's going on this week in case you forgot it. Like,
yes,
up on the 13th, you know, just silly stuff like that. And just say, hey,
just keep.
Here's where I am this week.
Yeah. That is so not a strength for me looking ahead because I get so in the moment. So that's why it's been a struggle, obviously. Oh, you're so cute, Laura. Oh man.
So we can see where you're at because you're always traveling. So it'd be fun.
I know. It's been so fun. It's been wonderful. I am so grateful. And it's gonna be a fun summer. We have all sorts of fun plans. So very, very grateful. Anyway, so okay, well, I will keep that desire and set myself an alarm and see if I can pull it off. I really hope that I can. So I know I can sometimes. I don't know if I can commit to it every week. We'll see. But I will set an alarm and work on doing better at that because it's great to connect and see all of you anyway, or at least have you get to see me for a minute as we're all out and about. So anything else from anyone on your heart, mind, what would serve? Hey, I know so many of you are going for founders. I am praying for you. I want to do everything I can in my power to help you get there. So if there's anything I can do, please reach out. And if I have the bandwidth, I'm there. This is a big stretch these last couple of months. And we recognize that, you know, we do have commitments. We're going on an Alaskan cruise with our kids. And we have several different family fun things that we're doing. But if there's time in between those, I want to do all that I can to help you with events and with things. No, I didn't see your question. Oh, the daughters mentioned a team party in August. Let's see here. What about Experience doTERRA events for those in Utah? I feel like it could be helpful. We talked about Experience doTERRA, Jenica. I'm not quite sure what your question is. So let me know more clarification in the chat of your question. Reread. What about Experience doTERRA events for those not in Utah? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I misunderstood. Yes, I'm actually doing one in Missouri. I'm glad you brought that out. We're doing an experience in July, an Experience doTERRA that you are welcome to bring people to. Let me look in my calendar and I can tell you guys, for a lot of you, that's a lot closer than Utah. And that is July 7th and 8th is when we're doing that. And we're going to be having some kind of a class on the 6th of July.
Where is that at, Aim?
That's going to be in Kansas City, Missouri area. So if you guys have any people that is more convenient for them and doable, we're not going to have as many other leaders. We're going to try and coordinate with another leader in that area. And we're going to see if maybe Natalie could like zoom in or something. So there won't be as many, you know, experienced leaders, but we'll have lots of newer leaders sharing. It'll be great. So we're really excited. Ashley's helping put that together. Thanks, Ashley. So that's going on. And then let me know if there's another time or area that you feel like it would be worth it with enough people. I'm open to that. We actually just went and did with Annette and her team, and it was really successful. In fact, if you guys have a minute, I think it would be valuable. Annette, could you share just a little bit about the success of that? Because I was amazed at how many people were there. The lunch and learn, like it was a very fruitful weekend that we did in Idaho.
What did you want me to share about it?
Oh, well, first, Rochelle, it's the 7th and 8th of July. Rochelle is the Experience doTERRA in Missouri. Just a little bit about the success of that, like how many people we had there and how many people wanted to build from it. Just the new energy and people who hadn't really done much for the last 2 years. I think that's what's so significant, and how that came about. Will you share a little bit about that?
It definitely brought a new feeling of momentum and excitement. Kind of revived a leg of my team that had kind of taken a break and taken a kind of a back seat for about 1.5 years. And then we ran an incentive a little bit earlier in the year earlier this year that resulted in them getting several enrollments. And then it kind of dragged them back into it. But so they got excited again, came to Experience doTERRA, and got reignited, and were wanting to look for partners, but didn't want to wait until another Experience doTERRA, or wait till people could come down to Utah. So we went up there and did a purpose and possibilities meeting. We had 30 people they had come to it. I think we had about 30 people, 25 to 30 people. And Amy came and did a presentation, but she has a great, it's something that even if Amy couldn't come out and do it, I think I think we could do it. Other people could do it. So doesn't all have to fall on Amy, but because I think it's just talking about, why direct sales, why Experience, or why doTERRA, why now is the right opportunity. And all the information that you share on your slide easily could be something that people share, but I think we had several people commit to join and are launching this month. We had 3 or 4 people do it just from that. A few other people that we're still in talks with, a couple people that are interested in now coming to Experience doTERRA this month from it. So there's lots in the work, but it did bring quite a bit of movement and excitement and reviving that leg for sure.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Annette. The incentive that they did, it was kind of a big crazy one when they were stretching, but it was half off of kits in specific spots for where volumes needed and things like that. So that's kind of what spurred. It was shocking. I was so surprised how many people who had been inactive and done nothing really were like, oh, I've got people I can share this with. So
yeah. Chelsea or Jenica, sorry, not Chelsea. We didn't do it at a restaurant. They had a community room that it was on the upper floor of a car dealership that they scheduled to have it. So yeah, it wasn't like a community center type thing.
It was free, so it worked great.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, but yeah, if there's something I can do that you think would make a difference that would help, please let me know. I'm so committed to doing all I can to help any of you. And we're praying for you. We're rooting for you. We're cheering you on. We want to do all that we can. So, any last things?
Amy? Yeah. So Catherine has put together a Reclaim Your Health on the 29th. That it will be at doTERRA here in Pleasant Grove. So if anybody wants to bring people to that Reclaim Your Health, we're inviting as many people as we can to that event. And then that we're taking that as we're launching quite a few of our businesses that we are bringing on. And so, but it's still the Wellness Advocates will be teaching that there in doTERRA. And then also I've been going to Seth and Christian, mainly Christian, has been putting together kind of like an Experience doTERRA, but it's called Why doTERRA. And so we've been inviting men to come to that just so they could get more of a male perspective of doTERRA. And this last weekend, we had one of our males that we've been trying to get going for quite a few months now. And because of that, it really like motivated him to do it just because of the male perspective. So if you have any men, I would highly suggest, if you guys are local to Christian and Seth, they do send me information, and you guys are all invited to come to that as well. So
could you put that on the Leader Freedom Builder page?
Yeah,
when
the
there's
next
dates
one,
for
I
that?
think, yeah, the next one, and it's at doTERRA. The next one will be June 20th and 21st. When I get the registration from Christian,
Okay.
I'll send it to you. But it's a great, that's, if I were you, if you have any male leaders, because our male leader, he's bringing on more male leaders. And so it's just a lot of our male leaders, because we, with Eric being in doTERRA, we bring on a lot of men, but a lot of them have left because they've said it's too feminine. You know, there's too much women power. And so it's nice to, and it's true. We're a healing company and we're mainly all women. But like there needs to be that more masculine energy, and Christian and Seth do a really good job. It's very short and sweet and to the point. And you know, it's led all by their team leaders and stuff like that. But if you guys are interested, I will put that on our Lead to Freedom page once I get the registration from Christian. So
Is it
You could also
virtual?
do the Reclaim Your Health event and put that on there. You guys,
Yeah,
I want to mention one thing about that. You guys that live out of state, you can actually request to have a Reclaim Your Health event. You can do them on Zoom. The benefit of having these Reclaim Your Health events, you guys, is your guests get a free adaptive for the in-person ones if there's a certain amount of people just for coming adaptive roller. And then they have certain discounts that they have on kits, and it's a really great way to bring in people and real people, and to bring customers, existing customers too. A lot of existing customers will buy a discounted kit because it's such a value to them. Thank you, Tegan, for sharing about that. So if you live in an area where you think you could get enough people together, or if you want to do something on Zoom, I think they're about to open up where you can request an event. Does anybody, when they're opening that up for the fall, the Reclaim Your Health events are finishing up, I believe, might be this month. It could be next month. They're finishing up soon, but they're going to do another round of traveling. They have a lot of the events they'll send doctors to, especially if you're, you know, if you just put that on the radar. And if that's something you're interested, let me know and I can get you the details of how to request that when that opens up. Like I said, I think it's going to be in the next month that they are going to start opening up the requesting for the events after convention, the post-convention tour. But it's very leader led, and then they just come and support you with whatever you need and whatever you want. But the discount and the value to your customers is really, really fabulous. So yeah, great to bring it to them. Okay, well, I think that's great for today.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been trying to sync up my calendar with the team calendar, and when I'm clicking that link, it's not showing me any of the team events. Is anybody else having trouble with that?
Yeah, it's not the link that you shared is not it's not, the calendar's not set to be publicly
Okay, give me a
shared.
few minutes and I'll put that in the chat here.
Thanks.
If it's
Thank you guys.
takes too long, I'll post it in the builder group.
Thanks.
Okay, awesome. Do we know of any of the events in Spanish? You know what, we do. Tammy, I will send that. Will you text me, Tammy? 801-907-5121. I'll put my number in the chat. Victoria Plekenpole has been doing events in Spanish. And they're online. One of her leaders, so it's not her, but one of her leaders. And I'll let you know if there are any more. Sorry, let me put my address and my phone number in there, right? I can look and see if she has any other ones coming up. She's done a couple, and I can keep you in the loop there if you let me know. So, anybody else know of anything in Spanish? We also have Carlos. He lives in Pleasant Grove, and he is a Spanish speaker, and but he's growing mostly outside the US. So I don't know if he has anything going here locally. I could text him to find out. Christina Bedell, Instagram is a great resource. If you need that, I can look for it. I think I have it in like a text in one of my notes from a workshop she taught. She said anybody is welcome to use any of her training. She's really good at duplication and doing a lot in the online space. So if that's something your person you think would resonate with, text me about that as well, and I can look for that. So, okay. Thank you guys.
Amy,
So,
last thing. I just posted also the recording from last night's class and the challenge and giveaways. So if people want to go in and tag their customers, it's ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you so
And I
much, Erin,
shared-
again.
I did share
Go
the
ahead.
PDFs of the DIY recipes that we showed on there. So those links are also on there.
Yay. So fun. Thank you, Erin, for doing that. Everybody's been doing such a great job on the continuing wellness education series. So thank you for all of your time to make that so worthwhile and valuable for people. And again, I really apologize for the trouble there getting started at the beginning, and hopefully we'll get that fixed with Sharon's help. We can figure out how to make ours like the Goddards so that anybody can get in without having to be let in, and that will solve it. So, okay, awesome. Well, watch for that. Everybody, please tag your customers, watch that yourself, and send that out if you need to people so that they can access that if they're not on Facebook. So, okay, amazing. Everyone, thank you so much for your time. Specifically praying, if you're going for founders, let's see. I think I know almost all of you that are, but if you are, please put it in the chat so I can make sure I'm specifically praying for you. Jillian, I knew you were. I know Annette. I know Tegan. I know Rochelle is. I know Jenica is. Yeah. So, oh, Denise. Okay. Totally praying for you guys, and reach out if there's anything else that I can do that would be a blessing. And we're all rooting for you. So grateful. Okay, here we go. We made it in time. Let's see if the link works really quickly before we hop off.
So Amy,
For the Google Calendar. Thanks, son.
Amy,
Yeah,
there were a few more things, but
go ahead.
I guess the main, those that are local, maybe we could stick around and talk about the team party we had brainstormed about before.
Okay.
And then just a reminder, we'll have the next huddle July 12th. And I'll send out a
Okay.
reminder text to everybody for that.
Okay,
So-
Thank you guys for being on. I know
That
your time
link
is very
works,
valuable, and I hope.
Rich.
Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. But it's so valuable that you're fully in the loop, and we really need your feedback. We're so much better together with all of our brains and strengths than just me and Rich, doing all the things. So we really, really value your guys' expertise, your insights, and your time being here. I know it's a sacrifice for all of you. So, okay, we'll see you next month. Those of you guys that are not local, feel free to hop off. Let's just quickly talk about with the Goddards. I need to talk to Natalie, and we need to narrow down the date. I'm thinking after school starts, but you guys think it'd be better before? I just know there's lots of traveling and things. Would you prefer to try to do it before school starts or after? Local people, if we can do a swim party or something at the Goddards. Anyone?
I say before school. I feel like once school starts, we get busy with all the activities again, unless it's a weekend, I guess, but.
Mm-hmm. Emily says before school as well. Okay,
Yeah.
great. What we want to hear. Before. Okay. All right. So I'll look at dates with her and see what she has available. Do you feel like that would be, I like that it's something if we can bring our families to, we'll have convention with just us, but I feel like it is fun to have something that we can bring kiddos along and connect, and spouses and all that. Anyone have any thoughts particularly on that before I talk to Natalie about it?
No, I say for sure family.
Go ahead, Jillian.
Oh, I say for sure family. My kids, we talk about the Goddards, so I just think it's good for them to come meet and see what doTERRA is, So for sure family.
Love it. Okay. Awesome. Any other thoughts on that before we end? I think we could maybe next month plan it more in depth, but let me get some dates from Natalie, and then we can, dial in just a little bit more on what would serve. I think just a potluck, so it's easy for the Goddards and not going to be a big expense to them. And then if we just do like a sign up and then that's what I'm thinking, but we can plan it more next month. So, okay. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for your time. I'm so grateful for each of you, praying for you, and excited what we're going to see the next couple months. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for
Thanks,
getting on.
Amy.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.